The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's an exciting time for us in WA when we make the news, and we're going to be highlighting the suburb of Shoalwater today.
And an Airbnb in particular.
Yes, Shaun, it's apparently the kinkiest Airbnb that Airbnb has in WA. They call it Kink Corner. It's owned by a sexologist.
Is this a particular category?
Jasmine.
You know how you can search for like swimming pool or...
Well, I searched on it this morning and just put in kink, and it came up.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe...
Sorry, can I just ask you, the sexologist?
Yes.
How do you become a sexologist?
You just watch people do it and then you tell them they're doing it right or wrong. I think.
It's like a life coach in the sex world.
Yeah, you just need like an hour of time and a shoehorn.
An hour's generous, Nathan. Keep going.
No, you have to give advice and get them to stop.
Okay, right.
It's practical.
That's a good idea.
4.92 rating it has.
4.9. Oh, I want to hear from the person who wasn't
It's a
satisfied.
guest favourite, they say. So this chick, Jasmine, she's a sexologist and family and marriage therapist. She realised that through her training that people want to experience particular things, and sometimes they can't do that safely at home because the children are there or they're renting and things like that, and you can't put holes in the roof for your various swings and stuff. And also, a lot of this sort of lifestyle leads itself to group situations, but sometimes you don't want a group situation. You want to try all these fun toys that are at one of these parties for many people, but you want to do it in the privacy of your own home, just have a bit of a laugh. And that's what she says that they are providing.
Do we know how often this is getting booked out?
It's
this
booked out all the
Airbnb?
time.
Yeah.
Jeez, great.
But do you reckon there's just an element of people who are just trying to get a little seaside holiday and then they get there and go, oh, we didn't look at the photos properly.
Yeah.
I know, and then here's the other thing. You know, when you go into one of those places and you rent them, and then you realise there is a table tennis table in there, you got to have a go. So
Yes,
is that
that's
the
right.
same thing?
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
so. One of the things, there's a cage, isn't there?
Well,
you got to
the
have a
house
go.
rents for $369.70 a night.
369, that's fine.
Yep.
Keep going.
It includes a swing, a St Andrew's cross, a set of stocks, a massage table, a cage for the romantics.
What are the stocks, Nath? What
The
are they?
stocks
That's
is when you
right,
put your head in the hole and you got your hands there and people used to throw
Like
fruit at you in the
medieval
village and you're
punishment.
bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of throwing fruit at you, what are they?
Oh, that's right, an eggplant in your face. So there's an outdoor bath and a shower as well. Everything is weight rated, so you can go on there and just swing to your heart's
Just so
content,
you
not
know.
worry
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's why you
Pulling
worried
the
about
beans out
having
of
the
the roof.
burrito.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember I was putting in those bolts into the wall the other day. They've got those particular
My
ones.
thing is, how much is the cleaning fee for this
Gonna
place?
say, there's not enough spray and wipe in the world, is
Jasmine
there?
says that she does it herself because she doesn't trust anyone else to do it to her
Jasmine.
high standards. She said that our assumption is you've touched everything and everything that we've brought we can sterilise. I don't know if you do.
That's pretty
We
good.
assume that you've sat on everything, or everything's gone in you. And then we start at the front and then we work our way through. Yeah, I don't
From the
believe
front
they're
door to the
cleaning
back
everything. How dirty is the back door? You're going to need the mop for that one.
You would, I mean, like if you were shine a blue light on it, that might. If
it would
you're
be too
turning up
much.
there,
It'd be a lot.
It'd be a lot.
It'd be a lot.
It'd be a lot.
I am completely supportive of this lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's
no
not
kink
one that
shaming
it's
here.
not one that I it's just
Partake
it's
in?
just the equipment. It's just a lot for me to
well,
process.
this is why it's got.
I know I don't
So
want
you
to.
can go and give it a
yeah,
shot.
It's fine. I don't want to eat duck either, so I'm not going to.
But you have eaten it and you liked it.
No, I didn't like it. I don't want it.
very
I know that's the other thing. Now, what if you try it and you like it and you don't want to like it?
Well, you have like because you said, "Oh, this is delicious." What was it? And it
I'm
was
not
duck.
eating ducks.
Oh,
So
they're tasty.
And he
Particularly
has.
with plum
I've been
sauce.
there.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been attacked by a duck, so I've got every right to eat one. It's eye for an eye. Harry, I would think the only person that we would know that would have anything to do with kinks and equipment would be you or your circle of friends.
Yeah, there is one, mate. I won't name names.
That was a hard
Twisted your arm
Yeah, all
around.
right, here we go. Yeah.
He folded like a cheap suit.
No, there's got to be lots of people out there. And again, no shame.
No shame, no
Great-
shame.
great work.
No, you up to your nums.
He's definitely open about it, and he has recently built a house. Wonder if he's installed anything, but he's definitely had some trouble.
There's a subterranean level there.
He's definitely had some trouble at the airport where he's on the way to Bali where his suitcase got searched. And there are a couple of...
questionable items.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
because a lot of things look like weapons, but
Yes.
they're not. Like they're not. You're not using those nunchucks in the traditional way.
No, that's right. One time we were playing North Melbourne in Canberra, and after training there was nothing to do, right? So we're trying
Nothing
to fill
to
the
do.
hand. So we let's get a cab out to Fishwick.
Of course.
And Fishwick's an industrial area where all Australia's
This
porn
is
come from.
Before the internet, everybody.
Yeah, we were playing next day. It was a Sunday, so it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And we roll out there. We go into this place, and it was called Adam and Eve's.
Yeah.
And a couple of blokes were getting around, grabbing a few bits and pieces. Anyway, by the time
A
we'd
couple of
gone,
blokes.
and
Yeah, keep going.
we'd gone through to leave the airport in Canberra, one of the guys got his bag searched because he'd bought some handcuffs and some other stuff.
Oh,
so he got pulled over to the
right,
side. And we all
yes.
pointed the finger. Yeah, got ya.
Yeah.
I won't say his name.
I would like to talk about this. Well, we've got so many people that listen to the show. I'm wondering how many people out there are
Percentage-wise.
the people that use equipment.
And what are we missing out on?
Yeah. And I'm not just talking about the stuff that can go in your drawer.
Yeah, we're not just talking about, your
I'm
regular
talking about
toys.
like swings or stocks or something like
Sort
that
of
in your
harness
house.
arrangements.
Because it's got so many questions like, once the swing's up, is that it? Does it stay or do you take it down? And then when people walk in and just see a random hook on your roof, do you put a hanging plant there instead and just say, oh no, that's where the plant goes?
Yeah, maybe one of those.
I don't know the
chairs.
rules. Or does someone have a dedicated room?
I would think so.
Oh, the red room. Yeah.
The red room? We want to know if you or somebody that you know, or maybe it's a person you picked up on and went back to their
Yes.
house, and then suddenly there's just equipment.
You get a
everywhere.
paddle on the arse.
Talk to us about you and your equipment.
Amanda's in Palmyra. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
Hey,
Okay,
Amanda.
what sort of equipment have you got?
Yeah, I do have a swing, and it's the hook is in my bedroom. My daughter bought a fabric swing from Bali one trip, and
Like
my
what the
neighbour-
acrobats use?
No, like just a cushioned swing.
Okay.
Yeah,
like one of them barmaid
Yep,
type
I
things.
got you. Yep.
And I went, so my neighbour is a roof carpenter, and I asked him to install a hook in her bedroom for that. And then while he was, I thought, I'll just get one installed in my room too. And I bought the swing.
Did you tell him that it was for a swing like the one that she had bought?
I alluded to that, but he
He was on
onto
to
you.
it. He was on to
he
it.
read between the lines.
Well, he
yeah.
knew because after you spoke to him, you zipped your mouth back up.
Yes. Amanda, do you use it often?
I haven't for a little while. Yeah, but it's a lot of good fun.
Okay, so Amanda, can I ask you some questions about just how to live with the swing? Do you take it? Do you put it up for use and then take it down after use?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I do have children,
Yes.
so I don't want them walking in and sort of...
Of course not. So then anyone that, and as Ali did, would move into a house or whatever, or go into someone's place and they see an industrial size hook on the ceiling. Do you hang something off it later on to give it some purpose,
Like
so
a
people
big pot
don't
plant.
think that you've got a swing in your room, or you don't care?
I think if I was selling the house at a home open, I'd put a plant up there or something.
Just a crawler of sorts.
Yeah.
The amount of unwilling plants that have been dragged
I
into
don't-
these scenarios.
Thanks, Amanda. We're going to call this person Charmaine. Hello, Charmaine.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Hey,
Charmaine.
Charmaine.
Do you have a bit of equipment you like to use?
Yes, I used to use a whip, tie man's arms and legs so they couldn't move, and then I would get a banana and whip that all over his body with the whip.
So wait,
Okay.
you would have a whip and sorry, did I hear a banana
Yeah,
as well?
I did hear the banana.
And you would whip him with the whip, and then what would the banana be doing?
The banana's on his skin, and so the banana gets smashed as you whip him.
Oh, so you can see how hard you can see the destruction of your banana, which therefore.
You can always
Symbolises.
eat it later.
Oh, then you can eat it later
With
on
the
toast.
potassium, yeah. Charmaine, when you say whip, do you mean like stock whip, like the whip cracking
Or the
whip, or do you
paddle.
mean like a riding crop?
9 tails.
Nine tails.
Nine
Oh, had a nine.
tails.
Okay. Do you have to be careful you're not going too hard?
It sounds hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
terrible line.
Terrible
So
line.
many
But thank
more
you,
questions.
Charmaine. Tanya's in Jandakot. Hello.
Hi, how you guys?
Great.
Great,
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay. Do you use equipment?
We do. We have the standard bondage stuff and whips
Standard.
and et cetera, and we use a spreader bar. My ex-partner was actually having a cage bought for me.
Now,
really?
now that's
Yeah, we're
great.
intrigued about the cage
Now,
situation.
cage. I've just pulled up on the Kink corner, Airbnb in Shorewater, and there's a cage there, and it looks. I was imagining a cage like a cage you would put like a grizzly bear in there,
No,
so you can
this is-
stand up. This
that-
one here, you have to squat in to get in there. And
You
then
would put a Pomeranian in it.
Then you stick your head through the top or your head through the side. Is that sort of the cage
Yes.
that you're getting?
Yeah, so it restricts you,
Okay.
and that kind of keeps you in place for anything that needs to
That's coming at you.
happen moving forward.
So,
Yeah.
so when you're in the cage and your head's sticking out, is things
Yeah.
happening to your head, or is it more so a restriction thing, and then it's a teasing
it
thing?
It can be. It is a restriction, but
Yeah.
things are also happening to your head. Yeah. So
Okay,
I mean,
so your head's busy.
you can be in a gimp mask. You can,
Of course.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can play with it however you want to.
Okay,
Sure,
great,
Can,
great.
you did say about your ex was going to get that before.
Yes.
Is it something, if you enjoy that kind of thing, that you have to, how long do you roll that out before you're seeing someone? Are you seeing someone?
when you
how
start
long?
dating someone new,
Yeah.
how long before you bring this stuff out? Is that what
Yeah.
you're asking?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
hell no. It's right at the beginning because it's part of the expectation. So
Of
there's
course,
lots time.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, say with your partner, if you are arguing at the time, do you hop in the cage? Because, like... 'cause-
No.
No.
No, there's a certain level of trust, and it can only happen at certain times. So
Okay.
Yeah.
definitely not when you're in a bad space.
Okay.
Very
Good to know.
interesting
Thank
world,
you.
Sean.
Thank you, Tanya. God. Prize away, Sean. Come on.
Okay. $300 voucher to spend at Wizard Pharmacy. MCO Beauty is now 50% off at Wizard Pharmacy for a limited time. It's beauty for less as at Wizard Pharmacy. I'm going to give it to Tanya because she's living that life. Takes it all in a stride.
Yeah. Harry, can we have that sound effect again?
The
That's the
cage
sound
closing.
of love.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ellie is with child.
Yeah.
Check out the podcast app that Ellie and I recorded too. It's just a little 10-minute, but a little update on where Ellie's at, and her list of things that she can't wait to experience when this baby is born is worth it for that alone. It's so funny.
But we are on the cusp of the 12-month baby holiday that Ellie's about to go on. Luxurious break, Sean.
It's going to be a year-long holiday.
Just a woman with a whole lot of leisure time.
Nathan, since we've been working here, and you over 20 years,
Yes,
and me
yes,
a long time
yes,
too,
long
but
time,
I've
so
never
long.
had longer than middle of the year anyway, a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, no.
Christmas,
Yeah.
we get we get a good stint.
Yeah, but I'm sure then again,
A
if
year.
you had a baby crawl over your bum hole, I suppose you'd want to have a year.
And I want some elastic put in.
Well, that's the only place that really a man could have it come out of, is my point,
All right.
Ellie. They're not talking about
Sometimes you
right
feel
now.
like you've had one after a big night out.
Keep it clean, please.
We are talking about the possibility, which is real, Ellie. We've seen a lot in movies, but I know it's happened in real life, of perhaps Dougie, your wonderful partner, missing the birth. Things can happen. Are you prepared?
It hadn't even crossed my mind until this morning when you said
Well, we're here
going
to help
speak
you.
to people who've missed the birth.
Yeah.
Now I'm terrified.
I think it happens a lot, actually, particularly for our father's era.
Now,
my dad wasn't there when I was
Dad
born.
wasn't even there.
Yeah, I think they missed it on purpose.
My mum was
Yours-
waiting
was
in
yours?
hospital, so because they lived too far out of town, they were worried there was her third. So she was in the hospital waiting for me to be born, but my parents didn't even have a phone at the time. So even once they couldn't contact him to say it's on the way,
Just
so he
smoke
just
signals.
was busy farming.
Well,
And
I'm guessing my dad was. I'm not sure, Mum and Dad. You can let me know, but because Mum was at the races when I was, she was in labour with me, and she wanted to.
so Brian would
stay
have
there.
stayed
She had a
behind
bed
then.
on. And then they said, "No, we've got to get you to the hospital."
Did Brian go with her?
Or
I
was
don't
he
know. Well,
working,
I'm
maybe?
thinking, well, to be honest,
He's
I'm
driving a
thinking
train?
he would stay at the races. No, Mum wouldn't have been at the trots by herself, would she? Anyway.
I know my dad always brings
Mum
up
and
my
Dad
Uncle
can answer
Jack.
that.
He'd be at the Leopold Hotel.
Yeah.
Just give us a call when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So you've got plans. You want Dougie in the suite with you, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, do you want him at the
absolutely.
business end or your head end?
He's specified he does not want to be at the business end, so
Okay, so
he
just your head
wants
and
to-
just like flannel on your head.
You know, the
Yeah.
business end was once the party end as well.
yeah, no.
Changes really quickly.
Yeah, but then this terrifying Halloween store moved in. It sold all this gruesome things.
Exactly. What's the leasehold on this?
Amy, step up to the microphone, Amy.
Here we go, Amy.
So you've had 2 gorgeous children.
Yep.
Your husband at both the births?
Nope.
What happened?
Why?
First one, yes. Second one, my waters broke, so I had to stay in hospital due to health safety for the baby. And so then I went into labour at around 2 a.m. At 10 to 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I called him.
Yep.
Yes.
And it was by
And
pure
he went,
chance.
I'm
He
sorry,
said
I'm sleeping.
Yes.
his phone was on silent. He got up to go to the toilet. As he was walking back from the toilet,
Yep.
he looked down. His phone was ringing, which was me.
Yeah.
Called him. You've got to come. I'm about to give birth.
First of all, his wife's in hospital.
Correct.
With an imminent baby, and he put his phone on silent.
I think
Can't buy experience. Cannot buy experience.
Amy was complaining so much. He just needed a minute of peace. Come on.
But the unfortunate thing was, he walked in and I had baby James in my arms, and he said, and he goes, "Oh, I went to the wrong floor. I went to where you were
Last
time." And
So he was in the building,
so
but
he was
not
in the building.
room.
I don't know if he would have made
close.
it in time.
So he was supposed to be there for both of them, yes?
So from the time that I called him to me giving birth was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And
You're all business, aren't you?
Yeah. And
she doesn't muck
he didn't
around.
make it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It can happen, Ellie, and we want to prepare you because we know that you will tear Dougie apart. Oh, my God. Imagine it.
We can.
Imagine what she'll try and get out of him for that.
Do you have anyone else going with you in case
Di?
as your backup?
Di
No,
gonna go?
you
back
don't-
up.
should I have a
Birth
backup?
partner,
No.
just in case?
Well, Di will be there, won't she?
She'll be around. We need her to help look after the animals. So
Oh, so she's at home
yeah,
looking
she'll
after
probably
the
be at
animals.
home, yeah, but
Take
we
the dog
live
for a
like.
walk.
Do you want me to
so
come
much-
along just in case?
Yeah, do you want to come?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that would help?
Well, the thing about it is it's safe with me because it's not like you're going to scare me off vaginas forever.
No,
It's already happened. I can get down to business then, take care of it. We want to know, were you supposed to be at the birth or was your partner supposed to be at the birth and they weren't?
And why did they miss it? What were the circumstances? Nathan, you just called Brian to check?
Yeah, I just said to Dad, were you at my birth? And my dad said, I quote, "Effed if I know."
So
Indeed.
there were only 2 births.
And I
that
said,
he was
so wait
involved
there, were
in.
you at Graydon's birth, my older brother? Were you at Graydon's birth? And he said, yes, I was. And I said, so was I, were you at my birth? And he goes, I don't know. I've got to go. I'm at Bunnings.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Brian.
Sean, you saw all of yours, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
God, you would have been there every 5 minutes.
You were watching races on your phone though, right?
Oh, probably.
Have we got anybody to talk to? Oh, we don't have anybody to talk to.
Not yet. No, not yet. If you got a, have you missed a birth along the journey? Surely you have.
No one is, are you kidding me? No one's missed a birth.
No one's missed a birth.
I just looked down, no one's missed a birth.
They don't have anybody who missed a birth. Not one single man has missed the birth.
We've already
We had
heard.
somebody in the room. So far, Amy's winning.
Yeah, she's
My
winning.
mum's calling.
Oh,
Okay, what's Marlene? got to
Marlene,
say?
are you going to hold the phone up to the
Get
speaker?
ready for a swearing, Harry.
Okay.
No, we'll get, well, no, wait there. Mum, we're on the radio.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so speak nicely. What are you going to say? You're on the radio.
Yeah, all right. It's about the birth.
Yeah, go.
Right. Your father was not at your birth.
Okay.
And he was not at Graydon's birth. Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't at either of them. So he remembers being at someone's birth.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whose birth he was at.
He went to the wrong floor as well.
So really, he wasn't there at either, Mum?
No, he came too late for Graydon's birth.
Yeah.
And then when you were being born, he raced Graydon out to the people that were going to watch Graydon.
Yeah.
By the time he came back, he was running down the passageway, and the nurse said to him, "Congratulations, you got a son." And your father said, "Oh, bullshit." And she had it already, and he come running in and pressed on my stomach, looked at me, he said, "You have had it."
He came in and pressed on your stomach to check because he thought you were lying.
The presence of a baby wasn't enough for him to believe.
And he said, "Shit." He said, "You have had it."
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think anyone's ever got in there and pushed on their wife's stomach before to
the
check.
fact that a nurse is holding a baby is usually evidence enough.
He said, "Oh my God, you have had it."
Oh, wow, what a magical
Classic
story.
Brian, classic
Thank you,
Brian.
Mummy. Love you.
So,
Well, we've got a lot of people who have rang up now.
we have somebody called Claire calling us now. Hello, Claire.
Hi.
Hey, Claire.
Okay, now, did somebody miss the birth?
Yes, my partner, or my children's father, he missed my second daughter's birth.
How did that happen, Claire?
He got into a little bit of trouble, and he was in the police lockup for the night.
I love it.
Claire.
What did he do? How exciting.
Nothing massively major. He was just out and was drinking, and then he went to come home and realised that he couldn't come home because he just, thought it was a good idea to start driving.
That'll get you.
And he got done. Karma.
Oh,
Karma.
what an idiot.
That is
Karma, mate.
hilarious.
How enraged were you?
Furious.
Yeah. Did you plan on him and him alone being in the birthing suite? And if so, were you left in there by yourself, or did someone step in?
His mother stepped in.
Was that
because
good
she
or
had
bad?
She's brilliant, but
Okay,
she had to drive me to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, because he's still in the big house.
She was the person who was meant to take care of our older son.
Yeah, right.
Does Dougie tie one on sometimes?
No.
He might be nervous.
He'd be on a drinking ban for the weeks
Yes,
leading
okay.
up for sure.
I know, but what happens if he just sneaks out for a tipple? You know what happens? Sometimes
she's
he
gonna
doesn't come back.
Lock him in.
I'll find him.
Thank you, Claire. Jackie's in Adelaide. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
Jackie. Who missed the birth?
Well, this story's about my grandparents. So this occurred in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
And basically my grandpa was there for the birth of his first child, a boy. And so once the boy was born, he went downtown to have beers with his mates and to celebrate.
Yes.
And then when he returned about 4 hours later, he found out that he didn't have just one boy, he had two.
Twins, he missed the second one.
That's so funny.
Oh, my God, he could have drunk twice as much,
Well,
right?
that's right.
Oh, so don't wet the baby's head too
So
early.
they didn't tell him that there was another one coming.
Well,
Well, they
Well,
didn't
I
know.
think because it was the 1940s, they actually had no idea that they were having twins.
Yeah.
What about that? Like he's seen the birth of his son, and he's like, "All right, my work's done here." He's off.
But think about that time of medicine back then.
Yes.
You just don't know what's coming out. It's like, how many more are in there? It's like
Exactly.
a clown car.
That's right.
Do we wipe the afternoon? Or can we get anyone else
Imagine
in?
not being prepared for twins at all. Like, you had no way of getting ready for it. Oh,
Ellie, what if you...
What
if they have missed all the scans and there's another baby in there?
Imagine that. I say, no, that's incorrect. Sorry. You're gonna have to take one off my hands. I can't do two.
You know when the first one comes out, has that loosened the tunnel and then everyone just
it would. I mean, you
everyone
slide out afterwards.
Everyone can walk in and out whenever they want.
Yeah, so say if they're around the same size as the first one, it's like, when you try and get your head through the neck of a jumper and someone stretches it and then the next person can put it on easily.
Yeah.
Is that how?
Well,
Why isn't any women answering me? You think so, Amy? Amy thinks, yeah. So if one already comes out and then one's coming out straight away afterwards, it's most of the work's done.
I guess. You hope that they haven't sent the small-headed one out first.
That's why you didn't want a second-hand jumper, Nath. Bring it to your knees.
Skivvies are in.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
All right, so Singapore Airlines.
Yes.
That flight, we all know the one we're talking about with all the turbulence. We've been waiting to see if there's going to be any compensation coming from that.
Sometimes, traditionally, they can be stingy.
There's some group action lawsuits happening, but there has been a call about just the passengers that have made minor injuries. So you might have got a little bit of a scrape or a bump on your head. Apparently, you're getting $10,000.
That's US. Yeah. US dollars, so $15,000 Australian.
$15,000
good's
Australian, right? And then also you get your flight refunded.
Yeah, so everybody on the flight's getting a flight refund.
Yep.
Everybody,
Yep.
regardless of whether you suffered any injury at all.
Yep.
If you had even a minor injury. And obviously, you're going to factor in psychological. Like, I can't imagine anybody on that flight would say, no, I'm 100% fine. Do you know what I mean?
No,
so
I
at
agree,
the moment,
yeah.
suffer some sort of trauma.
Yes.
The firm Carter Kapner Law is representing a lot of the passengers in some group actions. Peter Carter from that firm has said that he's disappointed at the moment because he thinks that everybody, regardless of whether you're injured or not, should get that $10,000. He said because that would be an absolute traumatic thing to be able to go through.
Because you can argue that there's psychological injury.
But let me ask you a question. If you're on that flight, right, and thank God you only just got a bump on your head, right? A little bit of a scrape. Would you be happy with $10,000?
Yeah, or 15 Australian.
Yeah, you would be.
$15,000.
I would be
100%.
so excited.
Yes.
It'd be difficult to get back on a flight for a while after that. Or maybe you're just that person who goes, no, I'm doing it, and then you just move on.
Unless you're one of those people that can categorise the situation as lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So the answer 10,000.
The more seriously injured people, they are. Singapore Airlines have said, obviously, you're entitled to more compensation, and that's on a case by case basis.
Yes.
Although they got $25,000 for their ongoing medical care right now, but that doesn't stop them getting more.
So look, and Singapore Airlines, they're being very open.
They are.
Whatever you need, we will pay, and
which seems amazing to me.
Well,
actually.
the lawyer actually said that he suspects they know that they're at fault more than what they're saying, and that's going to come out in the thing. It's where the plane entered the storm.
Right.
Yeah, that could have been avoided. So they're saying that will come out in the court case.
It's still the same company who, and Harry Googled this before, I read this article, they paid their staff in bonuses 8 months' salary. That was just recently because they made a lot of money. This is before the...
At Nova, they give us 3 months of salary, just actual salary.
Yes.
And so we just make soups and stocks and try to
put peanut butter in them.
Try to sell them down the road.
Do you put celery in your bolognese?
I don't agree with celery being part of anything.
No, it cooks in so much. I'm not a celery fan, but
celery will add something to it, but I don't know if it's what I want in this life.
Fair call.
We digress.
I do know what I want in this life, and that is good compensation. I have never... Anytime I have been wronged, I have never been given good compensation. At all. By big companies, by anything. So we've always talked about people that haven't gotten good compensation. We want to flip the script. We want to talk to people that something has happened to you and you have been compensated so well, you probably go, yeah, I'd let that happen again.
13 24 10 if this is you.
It doesn't have to be money. It could be something to do with your hotel. It could be something to do with the flight. Anything at all.
But
so
whatever it was, you went, oh, no, that is fair. That's more than fair.
Yeah. Roma is in success. Hello, Roma.
Hello.
Hey, mate.
Okay, why were you compensated and what did you get, Roma?
Oh my goodness! I had quite a serious car accident in Belize in Central America.
Wow. Okay.
Oh wow!
And I came out of hospital and I was staying in a hotel in a third world country, and the cleaner, because obviously no one had come in and out of my room, opened the room to do some cleaning and let somebody into my room, and obviously I was quite injured and I screamed. And she sort of pushed him out, and I ran back to the elevator. Yeah. And in the elevator was the hotel owner, and I didn't know at the time, but he could see that I was quite panicked. Okay. And he sort of he said, "Oh, come to the desk, let me, tell me what's happened." And I was sort of panicking, and I said, "The cleaners let someone in," and he paid for my entire stay. So I stayed for 2 weeks while I was in recovery. Yeah. Free of charge, and my boyfriend at the time, my now husband, he would come over from the island where he was, and he'd have lobster for dinner.
Oh my God! So everything was paid for, not just the accommodation. They were like giving
room service.
Everything, the whole lot, room service, my phone calls, the whole lot.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Okay.
That's a great score,
now,
Roma.
after we hear each story, let's decide whether we would have gone through what she went through to get that. 100%.
Done.
Yes. Easy.
100%.
Yeah, I don't even like lobster.
And give me a laceration on my head.
Thanks, Roma. Nancy's in Stirling. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, Nance.
Talk to us about the compo. What happened?
Oh, so we were on a cruise in the Mediterranean, and the ship just stopped. After about 6 days, it just stopped in the middle of the ocean, and we were stuck. So I panicked. My husband didn't.
Yes.
He said, "Oh well, we'll be fine." Yeah. And so it took us 2 days to get to Naples, which was our next destination. And then they said, "Well, we can't keep going with this cruise." I think we had about another 5 days.
Yeah.
Because these cruises go all the time. So anyway, we ended up getting all our cruises paid back. So there was 5 of us. We got everything back, and then they said to us, wherever you want to go in Europe, just a flight, you want to take a train, we'll pay for everything.
Wow.
So we got a train, so we were good. We weren't greedy.
You didn't take,
And then I came back and got all the money back.
It became a free holiday, not the holiday you're expecting, but still.
No, but the actual cruise.
What an adventure.
How many people
And,
chose
all
the train
and there
not
was
to be greedy like you?
Oh, yeah. Well, we just thought we'll just get on a train. And
Zing around.
we couldn't believe how generous they were.
Yeah.
And so many people were complaining. And we thought, you've got to be joking.
Mate,
Nah, don't complain over
that's
that.
so
amazing.
exciting.
Yeah.
A couple of really good compost stories there.
Yes.
Harry has got one that he'd like to throw into the mix.
This is traumatising, though.
There's a
What
lot.
happened,
There was a lot
Harry?
at the start, but just remember there's a happy story at the end.
Thank you. On the weekend, I was at a bar and got all of a sudden shoved in the back.
Shoved so hard.
Shoved so hard.
Oh,
Okay.
Was it a
Bear
free
bump,
kick?
play
And
on.
it was
Lot.
it wasn't.
It was a lot.
It was off the ball. Yes, it was free kick. Now, a bit of my vodka lime soda spilled onto my shirt.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, then the manager came over, didn't kick the guy out that caused it. Someone had pushed someone else into me.
Yeah.
And the manager goes, "Oh, I'll get you a free drink. It's okay." And then I said to the manager, "Well, I got pushed really, 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 really hard, and
was a
a
lot.
little bit of soda got on my shirt, so I'm going to need 2 free drinks."
And?
Thanks.
And?
He went, "Yep, no worries."
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
Come on!
Give
You don't
Harry
ask,
the
you don't
prize.
get. Harry,
Yes,
you're
what is
going
it?
to see
Harry,
double.
amazing.
what is it?
Amazing.
Oh, you're not going to be
So
here.
glad
Don't
you're
worry.
okay.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.